Welcome to Cooking with the Chemists. I'm Cheryl and this is my assistant Chandra. Today we'll be making muffins. First, the recipe calls for 0.027 pecks of milk.
What the heck is a peck?
A peck is a U.S. standard unit of volume. Oh look, we only have measuring cups. How are we going to measure pecks of milk?
I don't know.
The recipe requires 0.027 pecks of milk. And we know that 1 peck is equal to 2.33 gallons. And there are 4 quarts in 1 gallon. And 4 cups in 1 quart. So, 0.027 pecks of milk is equal to 1 cup of milk. So, we need 1 cup of milk. Now we can add the other items on our recipe. So we need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 3 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 3/4 cup of sugar.
Welcome to my segment of the show. My class is having a party, so we're going to make 60 cookies. Alright, let's look at the recipe. Okay, so we're going to need 1.5 cups of sugar, 1 cup of butter. But wait, I want 60 cookies and the recipe is only for 45. This recipe asks for 2.75 cups of flour, but I need 60 cookies. How much flour do I need? Well, I guess I could use some conversions.
Go.
So I want 60 cookies. And 48 cookies takes around 2.75 cups of flour. So that means I need around 3.5 cups of flour in order to bake my cookies. Alright, now we just add some flour, a little bit of baking soda, some sugar, and an egg. And mix it all together and we're set to go.
Hi, I'm Alan and I'm going to make brownies for you guys today. Now since brownies are so delicious, I want to be able to make as much as I can with what I have. Now, since I have this huge bag of sugar and this huge container of cocoa, I don't have to worry about those. But I only have 1 stick of butter, 1 cup of butter, and 2 cups of flour. So which one will determine how many brownies I can make? Now this recipe calls for 1 1/3 cup of flour and 1 2/3 cups of sugar. Now I have 2 cups of flour and 2 cups of sugar, and I want to know the maximum number of brownies I can make. Now I have 2 cups of flour and I can make 16 brownies with 1 1/3 cups of flour. And it comes to be that I can make 24 brownies with 2 cups of flour. Now I have 2 cups of sugar, and I know that 16 brownies can be made from 1 2/3 cups of sugar. And it comes to be that only 19.2 brownies can be made with 2 cups of sugar. So in this case, sugar is the limiting reagent. I can only make 19.2 brownies given what I have. Okay, so here's 1 cup of butter and 1 3/4 cup of flour, 2 teaspoons of table salt, and a dash of baking soda, and of course 1 egg. Now, as a chemist, it would be foolish of me to ignore the chemical aspects of baking. Baking is a simple example of how powerful and practical stoichiometry is, both in the real world and in the chemical realm. Now let's take a look at an important sugar, glucose.
So let's try to figure out a problem about glucose. If we have 180.3 grams of a glucose sample, and we know that 40% of it is carbon, 6.72% is hydrogen, and 53.28 is oxygen, what would the molecular and empirical formula be? Since percentages are out of 100, we can make the percentages into grams of the element. Then we convert the grams of each element into moles. To do that, we divide the grams of each element by its molar mass. Then we divide the moles of each element by the smallest number of moles. In this case, we would divide the moles of each element by 3.33. The whole numbers we get are the numbers of the atoms of each element per molecule. So our empirical formula for glucose would be CH2O. To get the molecular formula, we would need to multiply the subscripts on CH2O by a whole number. We get the whole number by dividing the sample mass by the molecular mass of CH2O. So the molecular mass is 12.01 plus 2 times 1.01 plus 16, which is 30.3 grams per mole. Then we divide the sample mass 180.18 grams. Wait, I said 180.3.
Oh, our brownies are ready.
Oh, my muffins are done.
Oh, my cookies are ready.